Okay, this is part 2 of making the TiG Cube. So I wanted to show you the setup we have here for grinding and finishing. So first off, this is what they look like. So as you can see, very bright and shiny. So all of that mill scale, which is the gray black material, is removed from the edges all the way around, okay, and as well as the edges here, it's removed. Now you can see a little bit here, very carefully, and you can see there little black speckles right there. So that, okay, those are just see, all right, see, it's bright and shiny there. That means all of that nitride material has been removed. This is why when you're grinding, you need to have a really good light, okay, a really bright light over where you're working, so that what you want to look is, you want to look at the reflective surface as you grind. That'll let you know the layers of material you're removing. If you have very poor lighting when you're grinding, you'll end up gouging it to death, and that's not what you want to do, okay? Very, very, very important, okay? You do not want to do that. So when grinding, have a really bright light over your shoulder, or somehow, so when you're grinding, you want to have the reflective surface visible. So if I'm grinding, I want it nice and reflective, so as I grind across the material, I can see exactly what it looks like as I'm going. So don't neglect that. That's something that a lot of students don't do. They just dive right in and end up scalloping the surface to death, and that's just not good. Grinding has to be done very carefully. So the next step is over here. So I have a small vise here where all my parts are gripped, and I use my square to make sure that all my parts are squared up, all my sides are even, tightened up this way. When I grind the surface over here, I'm grinding all of these faces to exactly the same profile and the same height from the base, okay? As I do this, I flip it end over end, so that after all this is done, all my parts are now exactly the same size, same shape, all the edges are uniform. This is important because as you're welding, you don't want any surprises. If the edges, say one edge is square, the other edge is rounded, when you go there to lay in your metal, the surface tension is going to be very unpredictable. It's going to want to go one way or another way, and you're not going to be able to control it. So making sure your edges are all the same is a big part of edge preparation. Another one is, as I feel these, okay, right here, I can feel a very sharp burr on the edge right there. Always use your fingers across the edge, never with the edge, okay? Across the edge. If you feel a burr on there, that has to be removed. This is very, very, very important, okay? So what I want to do is take a file and quickly go across my surface and remove it. Now I don't feel a burr on there, okay? Again, with filing, you're starting across one edge, uniformly across, and then you do not rub it against the surface on the way back. Lift up. Just like that. You lift up and across. Never grind back on the file. You'll destroy the teeth, and everybody in the shop will think you're a crazy person. Don't do it. Okay? Only bad people do that. Do not do it. So you want to do this to all your edges. Just a quick hit on it, and then feel them to make sure there's no burr on there. Again, the burr is small, but what happens is the liquid metal, that burr on there is going to interfere with the surface tension of the liquid metal droplet, and it's going to stick and not want to move along your edge as you're doing a fusion weld, or drop by drop or lay wire, however you're going to do it. Any of the rough edges are going to catch the metal and not allow it to progress along. And you'll go, that's what happens when you're welding, all of a sudden, boop, you have a big hole in there. Like, how'd that happen? Because the drop was not able to move. It got stuck. So be careful about that. Feel it, and just keep feeling all your parts. Make sure they're all dead smooth. Even your corners. Make sure your corners are not sharp. Okay, sharp edges hang up on the metal, they don't allow it to move, so clean them off. So that's important for this stage of the game. Go through all your parts with bare hands, by the way, okay? Don't use gloves. You gotta be able to feel the edges with the ridges in your fingertips. If it catches in the ridges of your fingerprints, you need to remove it. And just go through them, sit there, and just calmly and smoothly go through every part. Because the more you spend time on preparation in the beginning, increases your success immensely. People who skip the preparation in the beginning are the ones who are constantly going backwards as they build and trying to fix problems. And at some point, the entire project will just collapse on you, and you'll end up with a piece of garbage. So proper presentation and preparation are really, really key. So I'm going to sit here and go through my parts and just make sure everything is set correctly, okay? So you want to make sure you do that. So as to files, all right? Having a good file is really important. It's one thing you don't want to cheap out on. Good files are expensive. Okay, a lot of the files I have here is a Nicholson, which is made in USA, which means it's very old. I don't even know how old this thing is. I guess this is probably from the early 60s, maybe even 50s. It's a very, very good file. The older files, if you can find them, are fabulous. New files, many of them are made overseas, and the quality of the steel being used is incredibly bad. They're brand new files I bought from Nicholson that the first day I used them on mild steel, the teeth were all bent out, the teeth were destroyed, which meant that the file was not hardened properly and it was not the right alloy. So old files are something you really want to look for, and if they're in good shape, grab them because they are so valuable. But a very, very immensely important tool here. So with this, I used a flat disc on this. You can use a hard wheel as well, but you have to be very, very careful. With thin sheet metal, and when you're finishing off the edges like that, just getting with mill scale and nitriding, a flat disc is your friend, okay? This is the tool you want to use. Okay, I used a 80 grit, which came out perfectly. So that worked out very well. Anything else before we move on? Well, that's it for now, so I will get up to more setup and then we will continue.